All right, continuing on with the night turns of Gettysburg. We're on our first night, and the first thing we want to make note of is all the markers are drawn normally. However, there is no combat, uh, and you cannot move adjacent to another unit during night. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's always good. What else? Oh, at the end of a night turn, all friendly units that cannot trace path of, I guess, a supply path to their friendly edge of the map are considered surrounded and are eliminated. So, oh, we got some units here that are really close. Their only escape route is straight right through there. So, unknowingly, we didn't know that part of the game. We were doing all that, so we almost had those guys cut off. Now, there's also a mechanic that lets you withhold units movement for that night, and they get replaced one step. So we might be doing that on a couple of these right now. Ooh, simultaneous surrender. Let's look underneath that, and I think that is a. Ooh, we'll go back over here to this break. This is the individual Gettysburg rules. I'll go back over here because I believe I had something on that. Oh, at the very end. Oh, maybe not. Oh. And again, at the end of any night turns, units that are adjacent, there you go. All right. It's simultaneous. All right. So that's the end of any night turn. We're just now beginning it, so I'm getting that mixed up. So I think we're pretty well covered. That is it for the Gettysburg. Then they go on to illustrated examples of play. So no simultaneous surrender. Now I'm really good. Let me see this again. Are drawn normally during night turns as per okay. A night used. Player withhold a signal during the night in order to take replacements. So they don't have nothing here about drawing chits. It's just replacements. I guess you can hold off. What we'll do is we did our simultaneous surrender. Nobody's surrounded yet. Let me see this. That comes after then replacement. So I guess we'll do simultaneous surrender. I'm trying to think out, does it come now or at the end? It says at the end of all night turns, at the end of a night turn. Simultaneous surrender here is at the beginning. Replacements. We'll have to figure this one out. We'll have to do this as a house rule because a little conflicting. The end of the night turn, all friendly units cannot trace. And night phase. Let me see here. Maybe we'll go back. Let me check this out. We'll be right back. I think I got it figured out like this. We'll go ahead and move. We're going to draw the command chits. No artillery, no moving adjacent to other units, and no combat. After we draw those chits, I have decided for the Confederates, we will hold off on the Heath chit. So after everybody's moved, Heath gets replacements. I think just one step, and we're withholding First Corps command marker. So then the First Corps will be able to replenish a step. We'll get to that. I think it's only one step. We'll get to that. So what you do is just go ahead and we'll move normally. We'll draw the chits, and at the end of the turn, anybody that's surrounded will have to surrender or be eliminated. So that is a good mechanic. I don't know if we'll be able to get anything done here. I just got a text. I think groceries are on the way. So life will interfere with gaming. But we're cranking them out. We're having a good time. We'll be playing some more night. We'll be back. Night turns in the game of Gettysburg. And we think we got everything set up, ready to go. And we're ready for our first night command chit draw. It will be Confederates and Anderson. Anderson's boys. Let's see. Is he even on the board? Didn't we run into this problem last time? All right. Oh, I am wrong. There they are. All right, H. Anderson. All right. Well, they will be moving, and we'll roll for Anderson's command. How's Anderson going to do with his boys? He gets a 5. We'll come down here to Anderson under the 5 die roll. This might get to move 8. That'll keep us there. Remind us in case everything gets moved where Anderson was at. I want to go back over here and look at this. I think we already mentioned that Old Hood was scheduled to come in turn 5, but he must have got rerouted. Made a wrong turn, left when he should have made a right. All right. Oh, that reminds me. I got a little tale, and it's mostly to do with things we used to back in the day when we used to get directions from our dispatcher. Now we got an app and it gives us directions instead of a job. But we had a job one time, and I forgot what it was, but for some reason, when it told me to make a right off this one road, I made a left. And then when it told me to make a left, I made a right or something. But anyway, I ended up at the job. And a bunch of the other guys, the equipment and the foreman, all come around, and they were about like a half an hour late or so. And he come on by, he goes, "Oh, how long you been waiting?" I said, "About a half an hour." He goes, "Oh, how'd you find it so fast?" I said, "Well, I just did the opposite of what the dispatcher told me to do." That's how good he was. But anyway, let's see here. That's what's going on here. These old boys getting lost. All right, so he gets a big 8 movement factors. What are you going to do at night? Can't move adjacent to an enemy unit or have combat. We'll be back. All right, Anderson's units getting a little bogged on up, but they can get up there just using regular movement, not that reinforcement movement, but there'd be no reason to use it anyway. So that is Anderson's night movement. Like I said, getting ready to spring, but can't quite get there with one movement. So there you go. Anderson done. Next one. Chitral Union, and it's Buford. Buford and his boys can move. Let's roll for, you don't roll for them again because they got the cavalry and they'll get a 10 movement points. Let's see what we want to do with the 3 Buford units. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I was going to say, look a little close there. All right, full movements, everything's good. We'll be right back. All right, Buford's troops, if you haven't watched any previous videos on this game, get a special victory point for each brigade that survives to turn 7, and we're on turn 6. So you gotta go through the next turn, hold next turn, and we will get 1 victory point for each brigade. Now it takes 2 of these units to make up a brigade, and I believe let me see here, what's his name? Gamble's brigade is a half brigade because they already had 1 unit eliminated. So the most of the victory points we can get is if these 2 survive through next turn, we'll get 1 victory point. Plus, after turn 7, they're removed from the game anyway. So there you go. Thoughts were just to get them out of the way, but it's only a victory point. And if we dislodge this boy here, it opens up the floodgates. We took one of Buford's. Oh, you know what we got to do though? Well, we don't need that. They can't attack anyway, so they're going to be. This little boy here will definitely be out of command. And I think they all will be out of command. So we'll just put the out of command markers on all 3 of them. All it means is they can't attack, but cavalry can't attack anyway. So out of command is all you want. There you go. All 3 of them get out of command markers. They can move normally, but they cannot attack. Buford will be done. And like I said, if either of this unit here, put the command marker over here, like this. There you go. Put it back just a little bit. This unit over here is doing a job of zone the control. Don't have to stop and engage them. He can always cavalry withdraw. Same thing for him. So they're doing a good job. That's why I didn't bail him on out. But this little boy with his big galloping range came on down here and surrounded. They're officially surrounded now. They can't get out. We'll see what they can do to get unsurrounded. But yeah, we used one of Delvin's brigades in that manner. And these boys, although we wanted to retreat them and get them safely away for that 1 victory point, we kept them there because they're doing a good job there. So that'll take care of Buford's chit draw. There you go, the old Buford chit draw. Put it over here. Next chit draw. We got these 2 at the end that we will be saving, and they'll get replacements at the end. So they won't get a chance to move. First Corps and Heath won't get a chance to move because they've been withdrawn from the cups. Next one is Confederates. The rebel leader is Early. What we got Early at? Ooh. Early over here. Yep, he's the one on top of the hill, surrounded. All right, let's roll for Early and see what he wants to do. 2 for Early. 2 is 4 movement points. What can he do with those 4 movement points? Well, he can't move adjacent. They're locked in on zones of control. You can exit a zone of control, but if you exit one, you can't enter another. So they risk being surrounded and eliminated. Wow. We got to check this out. Be right back. Looking at the situation. I do believe it's checkmate for the old 4 brigades. That would be historic. There's nothing they can do. I mean, he can move. He's in right now. There are no zones of control, so they can move whatever they want. But you can't move adjacent to any unit. So I think the only move they would have is him to here. He can't move here because that's a zone of control. That's adjacent. That's adjacent. You can't move adjacent during night turn. So he can move here. He can move up here. Now they'd still be surrounded. They can't trace a line of supply outside of these zones of control. So I think it is game up for Early's 4 brigades. Wow. Well, it's not done yet. But the thing of it is, even if they want to try to get some boys, I mean, these guys would have to get 10 movement points, and somehow they'd have to. And again, you can't move adjacent, so you can't do nothing. It's game over for Early's Corps. Wow. Yep, that's one thing about this game. You want to play that old blitzkrieg strategy and get everybody behind, but man, it came back to bite us in the ass. Like I said, you can't get relieved because nobody can go next to. We can't have no combats. Wow. Early might do the old Harry Carey to himself on that one. All right, well, that is it. I don't think we can do anything with old Early. Yep, Early. Bad news. We'll be back. All right, well, there is a way to survive. I repeat, there is a way to survive. Early's troops, we have looked through the rules, and the one caveat is this, and it is here under Town Hex. And we'll look under here, Zone of Control. Does Zone of Control extend into a Town Hex? Oh, there you go, Town. No. So therefore, he can go 1. It doesn't have to stop at her zone of control because there's no zone of control in here. So 2, they can move freely. 3, 4, he's out of it. He can trace his line and they're good to go. So Early's troops able to get the heck out of there by sneaking off the hill through the town at night. Wow. Yeah, we're loving that. We're going to recheck this a couple times, make sure that's the way it is. But yeah, we get out of it. We got to get off that hill, but that sure hell beats the hell out of losing 4 brigades. That would have been a game changer. So I'm pretty sure he can move this way. He gets 4 movements. Now the thing of it is, I don't think you can. Here we're moving adjacent to a unit, but I think the rule is you cannot end your movement next adjacent to a unit. So that's key. If we can't, if at no time we can move adjacent to them, we're fine. But there's no zones of control being projected here and there. So he should be able to come on through here. And what he's really doing is coming through here, sneaking through these buildings, I guess, and making their escape. Yeah, at night even. So that sounds plausible to me. We'll be right back. We're going to double check. This time we're going to check about under zones of control. Although there's no zones of control in there, so well, we'll see. We'll see what adjacent means. We'll be right back. All right. Well, the key is in the details. And here we'll read this together. No combat allowed during night turns. Units may not move adjacent to enemy units during night turns. Don't say end movement. It says may not move. So that kills these little boys here. Although, if he's not projecting a zone of control through here, they can trace a line through there and they'll be fine. I think that's what it is. So they'll stay there. They can still trace. And here's what it is. Oh. At the end of the night turn, all friendly units that cannot trace a path of hexes through non-prohibited terrain, free of enemy units, or non-negated zones of control to any friendly reinforcement hex on the designated side of the map, are considered surrounded. Well, they're not considered surrounded because he can go do this. 1, 2, then he's outside of it, and there's free of units. Their side of the map is here to there. So there it is. That town there is what's keeping them from being surrounded. All right, so that is it for Buford's move. Now, knowing that, though, Shoot. What would Buford have to do? I'd have to give up one of these spots here. But it'd be worth it to cut them off. We'll hold off and wait for the ninth corps. We'll wait for them to move and they can cut them off. We got 2 units up here, so I'm afraid Early's troops aren't out of it. But right now, they are not considered surrounded. And yeah, let me see what Buford's troops want to do. It's still their turn. We'll be right back. Well, my mistake. It's still Early's turn. He can't go nowhere. He's got to stay there. He can't move it adjacent to any enemy unit at this time. He's stuck. So much for Early's fate. It's in other units' hands. All right, so we'll go ahead and draw us a chit. That'll be it for Early. He can't move adjacent to a unit. He's stuck on top of Cemetery Hill. All right, here's the next chit draw. Ooh, CSA, Confederates, and it is Pender. Pender and his troops. They're the ones that are closest to all the action there. Let's see what Pender can do. But of course, they can't move adjacent. So we'll see what old Pender can do. He did a higher die roll. He gets a 4. Ooh, under Pender's command track. A 4 turns into 8 movement points. All right. 8 movement points for all kinds of... Oh, there's only 4 of them there. I see them. All right, we'll be right back. All right. Well, one good turn deserves another. We got Pender with their... Hicks stayed there with these Pender troops all surrounded. And I believe, will that be Delvin's? Yeah, it's Delvin's brigade. So if he can't find his way out, which he won't be able to, he will be eliminated and take away that victory point. Take away that Buford victory point. All right, what's a game of surrounding here at night? Wow. Yeah, what a part of the game I never figured out. So we have some more command chits. Let's see if we can draw some more. Here we go. I believe that's it. It is Rhodes. The old Rhodes boys want to get in on the action. How's Rhodes' command going to come into effect with a 2? So Rhodes with a 2 translates into 4 movement points for Rhodes. There you go. Ooh. 4 movement points. Let's see what these old boys around here I want to do with them. We'll be right back. Well, they couldn't achieve a surrounding because they didn't have that many movement points. So Rhodes, your leadership sucked at night and cost us a surrounding chance. That's all the further they can do. They just kind of fanned out and around, remembering that they cannot move adjacent to a unit. Early's troops can, right now, they're not eliminated. They got a way out. When this chit gets drawn, they'll have a chance to close the gap. So right now, Early is not surrounded. And we are ready for our next. Ooh. Let's see here. And then, luckily, this is not a chit that we held out either. So let's see if this is the one. Ooh, it is 3rd Corps' turn. And they might have the movement points for it. Oh, he's only got these 2. So let's roll for 3rd Corps, looking for a high die roll always. Oh, grand slams it. 3rd Corps. 8 movement points. 6 translates into 8 movement points for 3rd Corps. What are you going to do with them? We'll be right back. Alright, we're going to leave this unit here because he's closing the gap for any supply line coming through. His zone of control is definitely needed. All these units here can project normal zones of control. We took Humphrey's, Corps. What's this guy's name? Excelsior? Okay. Excelsior's brigade pretty well put the coup de grace on Early's 4 brigades. They can't do anything now. He just closed the door on them. So it was 3rd Corps that did it with his massive 8 movement points. But then again, Humphrey's troops just stayed there. So there you go. 8 movement points moved into town. These guys are now surrounded. Next chit pull. Get them down there. Who is next? It should be Unions, I'm thinking, but we'll see. Yeah. And this one here is the Corps we're looking for. Alright, we'll see how they want to play this. Oh, that's right, we got to roll. Get too eager beavered. Oh, not good. A 1 die roll translates into 4 movement points. So that's what they'll get. They want to try to stay in command range too. We'll be right back. Alright, all the brigades of that Corps are pretty well doing their job. We just moved this old boy. He was double stacked here. Moved him through the sunken road so he can project his own control, stopping any movement if these units want to go further that way. But other than that, we will keep everybody where they're at. They're all serving a purpose. So no big movements for the 9th Corps, 11th Corps, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, 2 different symbols here. So that'll be it. Kind of anticlimactic here at night. Not much going on except the major surrounding. We got some more command chits to pull, and get kind of late, so we might just. Oh, Johnson. Where did we see Johnson at? Did he just move? Yeah. So there you go. Rolling for Johnson's command. Oh, not good. Johnson gets a good one with a 5. Make sure we got everything here. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Johnson with a 5 die roll. Wow. Nails it. Let's see what we can do with that. 10 movement points for Johnson at night. These guys just come on, they're ready to go. We'll be right back with the Johnson boy. All right, with those 10 strength points, these 2 brigades been able to get around. We can see what we can do with the rest. How many more units we got? Only 2. Ooh, might be stretching it. We'll be back, see if we can't get a surround and surrender of some 1st Corps troops. So it's all about this game. We'll be right back. All right, not quite. Need another unit, but we'll see what we can do with some more activations. Almost got the surrounding going on. That's a big deal here at night. Everybody's moving around trying to surround and surrender by daybreak. I think we're going to take a little break here. I don't know if we'll call it a video, but come back. We'll continue on with this command shit draw. Let me see how many we got left. We only got 1 more left. Let's go ahead and just draw that. Then maybe we'll call it a video. And that is, so I guess they won't be able to get moved. And this is 11th Corps. They just came on the map. Let's roll for their distance and how good their commander is. Getting their butt going. Oh, you know what? We activated these old boys here, and they got units back there, so we got to move them. He rolled a 2 for 10th Corps. A 2 translates into only 4 movement points. So he gets 4. He got 8. So these boys get to move 8. We'll be right back. All right, then I do believe, after all the night movements, this is what's going on. We do still have, by daybreak, Early's troops maybe surrender, or probably will surrender. Delvin will surrender. That'll deny the Union the Buford victory point. And I do believe that's it. We did have a couple surroundings at night. Wow. So when we come back, we'll call it a video. When we come back, we'll be able to do a couple replacements for Heath and 1st Corps. 1st Corps is not surrounded, but we'll straighten that all out in the next video. It's getting kind of late, but a great weekend. Another great Civil War, Gettysburg, Clash of Giants game session on the weekend. I don't know when we'll get a chance to get back, but we'll call it a video. Be back.